In the film.
What is it?
It's another Scott's Garage project. So, I'm going to take and make a rod holder for the boat that's mounted off this side. That opens and closes, yes. And yeah, so the rods aren't sitting around the boat, and then when Debbie sets hers on the ground, I don't step on it. So that's what we're going to make. See? So this is the main rod holder board, and this will get mounted to all the other parts to go on the hinge in the boat. So I'm about ready to put some urethane on, but yeah, let me show you. Let's see how these are going to be mounted. Take a couple of these guys. Okay, so here we have the rod holder with the for the spindle to go in there so it can't roll around too much. And because of the only clamps I could find, actually it's going to be mounted this way. So these will be mounted, this is actually facing down in the boat. And it'll be up at about this angle with the rod holders coming up and the rod hanging in there. So I had to do all these dumb little blocks. Probably could have found the right clamp somewhere, but the electrical conduit clamps I found were, they don't go all the way flush, so you got a little bit of a gap. So I measured when this is pulled tight, I had about a ½ an inch here. Nope, sorry, 1/4 of an inch. So made these 1/4 inch blocks. This one is out because, where did I put it? Okay. All these are screwed on now because I glued them in place, drilled them. But these two have to be where the hinge bolt has to go through. So I've got one there, one over here. So I didn't want to glue these on. I'll just mount them on last after the hinge is done. So we have one like there, and here, let me take this screw out now that this glue is dry. Okay, so have one there, one up here. And this will actually be up like this, flush on the bottom. That guy will be here. And when they're pulled down tight, like I said, they'll be flush on that wood, both sides, hopefully. And yeah, and we got all the other mountings to do, which I'll show you later. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and urethane. And these two boards, which will, yeah, they'll be on the underneath side with the hinge mounted between these two boards. So we'll put that together later. Right now I've got them all sanded. I beveled, if you can see, I beveled this corner with a router, just ran a router down, and one opposing here. I wanted to keep the hinge holes mounted a little higher so they weren't so close to the edge, so that gave me a little more room so it can open far enough. Alright, so go ahead and urethane these. Alright, so last night I got the first coat of urethane on the 3 boards. I was going to pick them up, flip it over, but still tacky from last night. It's been damp out, but this is the oil-based urethane. I think it takes a little bit longer to dry, so now I gotta wait. It's like watching paint dry. So Ryan, putting on, what is that, third coat. Third coat. Don't get any drips on there. One thing I forgot to mention, I don't have to throw these brushes out every time. Actually, it's better if you put it in saran wrap or plastic, but just wrap it up, stick it in the fridge, so that'll keep it from drying out. I can get another use when I'm ready for the next coat. Alright, so let's just go through all the parts I have, show you what I got to put together. So we have 6 rod holders, 2 clamps per rod holder, and we got brass screws will go in for holding each of them, a rod holder. Then let's see, oh, these are my net holders. So they're both going to be hanging outboard of the side of the boat, just on the back side of the rod holder, and yeah, the net can hopefully hang on there, each with a hinge. And so if I come up to the dock, you can just flip this down back into the boat. The rod holders can still stay up, but you can get rid of the net holder. That's the idea, so we'll see how that works out. This was this hinge stuff. There's the big hinge. Okay. This stuff here, just like a piano hinge, figured for outdoor use. Oh, it's bowed right now. It's nice stainless steel. Yeah, I think you can buy on McMaster Car or online. I've had this sitting around for so long I can't remember where it came from. But so that's the one I've cut for to hinge the whole board. And all of this stuff will mount to that, and then I just cut a couple other short ones for the net holders. Did I say about the, no, I don't think so, the lure holders. So these, I think they were 3/16 or 1/8 rod. I bent them, and they're going to mount on the board. I'll show you that later where they're going to mount, but I figured, okay, we could just hang the lures on there. Of course, in rough water, we'll see if they stay, but 2 shorter ones and 2 longer ones. Thought maybe spinner baits would go good sitting on there on the longer ones. So yeah, might do some silicone tabs on there to keep them from sliding all over into each other. That's later. Okay, so I've got the board mounted here for the rod holder. I just have one rod holder on. As I mentioned before, there's going to be 6 here. plus some other gizmos, but yeah, there's the board anyway. And flip down, have it out of the way for the cover. I'll show you how this is mounted. There's one, and you can see a little bit here how I have it mounted. There's only one bolt in now, but there's going to be two here and two at the other end. So that forms our base mount from this gusset over to the other one here. I'll swing around. And you can see the other side here. And that's mounted the same way. Okay, so I got a little bit of a screw up here. Yeah, I thought I would have enough room that the opposing bolt hole head would be okay, but when you close it, this bolt head hits the other bolt head. It won't let me come up quite enough, so we're gonna take these things and make some modifications. This doesn't go in there, but actually it'll be a nut on that side, but it's the same problem. But I found some low profile nuts that'll go on this side with these threads sticking up that I cut off just flush at the top of that, so that won't stick up very high. And now I'm going to have to fix this guy.